on igama ekhaya bangibita ngaBhekthemba usho ukuthi babukela ithemba la ngilunga lemphakathi wakamhlushwa lo nemajala amadzala lekaba nesifiso sokuqala umbuthano wokudlala umdlalo wempoko.
Ubethwa kaNkalanga coordinator and also the coach and the player.
The captain your team, the Gamfushwa Black Cats Rugby Club.
Yes, I'm doing it. I'm Harati. When I'm Kisha, Muslims, in Lunga Ladi Club, the Gamfushwa Black Cats. So, give me a player, I think it's going to be a team at the club.
Sanibonani, gama nguSibusiso Mzamo Ngakangomane, coach Gamfushwa Black Cats Rugby Club.
All right, and then I see here Wilson Balaguti, you want to talk about the Rugby World Cup. What is it that you want to say?
I think it can be an icebreaker.
Okay.
Just to have everyone comment what did they think about the World Cup, what were their highest moments while watching the World Cup, and what does the Rugby World Cup mean to South Africa since we managed to win it.
I think the standard that has been set by the Springbok has given an opportunity to each and every child from the dust of Kamhlushwa, Gutshwa, noma ngabe ngukuphi, to always have that motive to go to a field and practice. But I think what stands up for me is that nothing is impossible ngokuthi ungafocus only academically, but through your talent, you know, if you could perceive something to do with rugby, noma ngabe ngilesinye sporting code, that means you can be something like. But I also feel somewhere somehow not happy, you know, about things about when we speak South Africa, I mean, now the guys go and represent us by Abuya. Now we've got 9 provinces, and out of the 9 provinces, some of us don't get to share and feel the moment.
Yeah.
And you only see the guys with the open bars far away, whereas we've got a group of guys who are saying tomorrow we would like to be part of it.
In all fairness, when I'm Bokala, my player ane tinyanga is 2 sebahambile South Africa base France bayabuya shapa win World Cup baku joyful mood bafuna ku celebrate nabo. I think sine lesikhashane asibaveli prove the actual people that funa beme lapha bathi swinile who smile every day. Akusi every day labe bajabule khona ukuthi manje nyalo sekufuna sime even though bebayifila le energy yale excitement yalabantu labaphasi inkinga ngilokuthi nalomtimba nawo ukhathele from play phela kude igame labangakadlali they played all levels na babuya abana enough time ukuthi ba rest nyalo seba all over the country yakona bahamba ba celebrate lo bekufuna sibuke ukuthi what kind of things can communities from far what can we get from winning a World Cup? Is it monetary injection union for a country? I don't think anyone has ever explained to umfana lo dlala kaMhlushwa ukuthi okay sharp win the World Cup, what does that mean for your country outside of saying winning the World Cup?
True. And I think they are making a
valid point to say what is the beneficiation World Cup? Why are we obsessed? Why are all countries obsessed about World Cup? Which it's a genuine one. But I think from a narrow point of view, it is obviously meaning that there would be programs that are aligned to South Africa to try benefit them as far as their junior structures, as far as their unions. We have 4 big unions and we have sub-unions, and also their high performance teams, all of them. So I think there is a way, probably bringing in games, Namaku, team like All Blacks, Dala and Mamela. That's a big thing for tourism. Because all the benefit and then people come from wherever and but don't spend in Bombay. So I think maybe those are some of the benefits that we will see going forward. Because I think I've seen something around that there might be a friend from a Springbok coming to Bombay again. So I probably test. Yes, probably maybe those are some of the benefits. Let's not really benefit out directly, but maybe indirectly so, because we know our unions are parent organizations in our province. Sharks, the union parent who is the Umalanga, it's the Pumas, it's the Cheetahs, it's state. So maybe we can benefit indirectly.
What was your moment, Karavo?
Your biggest moment.
Ah, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable and it's stressful. I must say. I don't think we'll ever have the World Cup in fun enough. One World Cup, you would see you are young, healthy, but you feel like somehow not in a heart attack. Every game. Once you high blood demand, especially in the last few games. I think that's when the country realizing what does actually the World Cup actually mean to us. Because that's when people that have zero interest in rugby, they started watching from there. When we won the game against France, that was a game changer. Now everyone, social media, wherever you go, if you're wearing a rugby jersey, they're asking when is the Springbok next game. You understand? They have zero interest and have zero knowledge about the World Cup, but that game against France, I think that was the uplifting game. They are confident. A different perspective to people that have zero interest in rugby.
I remember saying to you that game against France. After the game against France, I said to you, if there was anyone who didn't believe in the Springboks, like that game proved, you have no option but to believe. There's no other way. You cannot believe. I also wanted to say, you know how winning the World Cup is such a part. What was that? 2019. 2019 was an accident. It was a happy accident because when Rasi took over, the idea was, I'm gonna target the World Cup. It was a 6 years as planned. So it so happened, it worked out. It so happened, it worked out by winner. I mean, they did well. They played well. They made history. The first country to ever lose the opening match and still go on to lift the trophy. So, ngifuna kuya kuma defining moments ku World Cup.
Yona i-World Cup yithi sonke umhlaba wonke. I-South Africa ikhombisile, okay, ithi Springbok ikhombisile umhlaba wonke ukuthi kahle kahle capable kwenda langani. So loko kukhona ku-motivate each and everyone la khona, more especially in South Africa. And into lengiyibonako sisatayithatha ngobe everywhere ukumanje babhizi kunema-program le ku-uplifta khona abantwana from the earlier type until kuma-under 20 solo kubhizi kuyaphekwa so wena cabanga le itako ukuthi inokwenteka kube i-World Cup idlale ngema-under 18 or under 20 phela ema-player uyayibona into leyo so satoyithatha vele le World Cup until baze bakhathale bathi hayi nyalo i-South Africa seyi-president ye-rap
Singaqhubeka.
yeah
Okay. So iqembu lekaMfihlo Black Cats kulabaningi balibona selidlala nemabhulu, balibona selidlala eLesotho. I think some of them are wondering ukuthi ngabe ikamfihlo Black Cats isukaphi, what is the history, kwenakalani. Mhlambe Mavuso, if you can maybe share light ukuthi sisukaphi athi nalo lusemakhaya ukuthi yini ikamfihlo Black Cats and where do we come from?
I think it's an exciting moment, speaking about where we come from, because if we know where we come from, we're going to get a direction. That's why now we're talking about where is actually coming from, or the inspiration where it comes from. It's actually the situation itself. We all know, see, there was a word given by 70s, but it's a segregation. In Pagati, we are taking a call. So thina sikhashane ke nemadoro ikamhlushwa angibheke ukuthi it's one of the 35 or 45 communities, which means starting from the corner of Emathamo border gate, which is about 35 kilometers or 32 kilometers uTakamhlushwa. So ikamhlushwa is-central uma usuka la kamhlushwa bheke embuzini lomnye 35 to 40 something kilometers, which means the radius iyahlangana. But now the motivation based on the question that is why is that ulama communities lesenwabalile la 35 noma la more than 35, I'm not sure, I still need to confirm that, is that there's only two teams that are registered or recognized in the province, which is Komati Port and Malela. Now these two takes young people from different communities, ulama communities, and that's where all of us we come from. So Mina was one of the workers here at RCL Food, which is at that time the TSB, Transvaal Sector Pepper. So last time ukusebenta khona ngakubona ukuthi sine sijwayele ukukhathela ibhola leli round, and then ke laba lesebenta nabo emshinini, so uthola lithuba lokuxoxa nemlungu, sesiyaxoxa ukuthi hawu why when you can't ibhola le round because how was it done babona la size but talent. But now it all started there, and I went there to try Malilan. I think Global Trade was that I was never proud Malilan, because the slogans, the communication, and everything to do with Malilan, and the history Lelengna as a young black man, I felt I can't connect with that. Then I felt no, let me communicate with quite a few guys to say, guys, can we start something different from what it is? Because Dr. Neves Watsatsa last time so practice now, that was a well-structured team.
Yeah.
Because drop my ball when the inning, my mistakes are permanent. So that's not development team. Yeah. So I felt, man, no, let's get an opportunity where we can help young people to start learning the rap. So way back 2007, that's when it started. Nale language, we had a coach in Anisaskaz. I'm afraid to say his name, but yeah, it was unfortunate. He would say, yeah, he would actually talk to you and give an instruction in Afrikaans. Yeah. And uma understand into la kutshela yona tabe sikuneti punishment now uthathe lo mkhonto ubisele emuva ukuthi ngasidana. So then that's where it all came in with man, let's create a competition if it has to be competition and play against them. But fortunately, that's why I said it's an achievement today when I look at it in the standard, the state competition. All right.
Yeah, lenye into leya sibanga ukuthi sisala sitivulela leqembu lethu nganeno ikamhlushwa. Bothola ukuthi imvula iyana basinike 150 siyi-15 ukuthi sigibele siyopractice le sigcwalise imoto mayihamba iziphakamende so ipontshe endleleni imvula iyana bafike bakuthethise le ukuthi ufike late kokucala kwesithunga la uyaqhubeka upractice kanjani so ngilesala se-decide khona ukuthi hayi mani naba selangilupha naba sesikumane naba se-office ukuthi hayi manje ngaba njani singatifomela into yethu sisodwa ngoba phela kahle kahle la bona sekhaya mara fana ukuthi sivakashile so kungcono vele sala sikibuyela sitendele into yethu eswebhayi lesicala khona ngoma nesoto
so now give us a perspective Mshika ukuthi when we're talking history, when did this thing start? The years and how did it unfold through the years?
So the progression I believe rugby was first practiced here in 2007 and manje at that time because Bapati they're just interested in getting kids to play rugby. Wadlalwa rugby until they felt the need to compete. So now funa compete or transport. So the kind of support that would have to come would say, are you a registered non-profit organization? So that you must donate and connect reflect about say like CSI. So we got registered in 2011, 14, 13, it was 13, yeah.
In the statement was hard.
So
sorry, man discussing history no faga nema milestones ne.
Yeah. So 2013 we were registered as a non-profit organization. We decide we should have an academy. The young boys can also have their own competition and try to compete with schools that are nearby that play rugby. Kwababhlungu kakhulu ukuthi sesidlala ema-friendly lamaningi bantwana sebatrainile sasoma siyohlangana nemlungu lapha lo bekufuna approve i-tournament yethu wasitshela ukuthi kwemthetho we-rugby as-exist ngoba manje ka-Pumas abasadi, so we need to at least be recognized by Pumas or affiliate with Pumas, then we'll be recognized as an entity. And the reason they just kept us outside that whole time is because these two clubs that are close by, bebasebenzisa tinzawo letfana njengamhlusha as i-development yabo ifeeder yabo ukuthi ma-player atawudlala lapha elokishini adlale and then nabuya ngathi sowuqinaqinile uyayibona le nto la yendaba utawutawu bese ayobajoyina with the promise yemsebenzi. With the promise yemsebenzi 90% of them they don't get the job. Babakhona labayi-2-3
I think it's a trick. It's a trick that the clubs know how to use quite well. So the constitution of amateur rugby in the province states that a player can move across clubs, right? But once the league starts and the player plays one match for that club, they can't move now. So they try to lure them using that either monetary incentives, right? To say we'll give you 200 rand per game, right? Yeah, we'll give you transport money to come to practice. But as soon as iqala badlala igame yokuqala kuvele kushintshe manje sebakushaya emhlathi kuthiwa uyafika bakushaya ngegreen wekubuthi ukuthi manje le green seyiyaphi bayathi ukuthi noma ungahamba angeke usadlala ungadlala they report you to the union manje udlala i-league game la so I guess ku-exista kwethu ngoba nathi ase-existi sisodwa neMatsulu Rugby Club also is part of our league. Means lama club la bekakhona kuthola ama player tapu can't anymore because now akhona ukutimela lama club uyabona.
Sure, you would remember Kalanga ukuthi, for an example, eMatsulu bephuma i-15 seater, it takes a 15 seater, lebe igcwele onke ama-seat baye kuyopractice eMalelane. President wethu Mavuso atsinze lijala lelitsala lapha eMatsulu ukuthi kusembatwa nibaningi. Nibaningi kakhulu. Vulani akenu iclub.
Just give it 5 minutes. Yeah.
17 was the last.
Asanda.
So we moved from uma besebenzisa ama terms ebhola, we moved from Umtufula, from Umdlali Rugby to an organized rugby club around 2017, because already 2016 we're playing Nkomatiport, Malelane the team, team yenhlanganisela nje uyabo. 2017 we affiliated with the Pumas, which was big for us because shokuthi nyalo sebayasi recognize bayathi ukuthi kunemuntu lo existako ngamhlusha uyabo. 2018 u-AGM ye-Pumas ba-announce ukuthi sesine club lesha lesijoyinako ile kamhlusha, bathi bona angeke bavume sivele singene straight ku-league. Uyabona lokho wena mphathi wami, kubukeka ngathi bazama kukupressela khona le khoneni, kukufrustrate ukuthi you're not gonna play this year until we've seen you play my friend Latsite, so that we can say okay, you are capable, we are khona kudlala. So we spent the entire year 2018 sidlala ma friend wherever we can get them, yabo. White River 3 and such.
It was not cost free.
Yeah. You also still have to get there. You have to get there in transport. Someone must pay for all of that, yabo. So usengangeni ku league, you're still trying to get your name out there. The challenge there, what I saw meaning ngale experience leyo is solo bazama kufrustrate lama player ukuthi okay nina join decide ukujoina laba shothi this whole year ngendlala league. Yabo. So that's why even nema friendly wakhona sometimes we had to cut and join, and lo and behold 2019 we are admitted into the league for the very first time. I cannot.
It was our biggest milestone. I must say.
I cannot stress how important this was, because nyalo nabakhiphi i-fixture eHlanzeni region. Our name is there. Umntwana lo hlala la akacabangi ukuthi ufuna ngize ngiyodlala esikolweni sebelungu kuze nami ngikhone ukucompete ku level lenjalo yabo. Kune hope ukuthi kune team elokishini or kune team yabantu abafana nami labathi understand abatongikhulumisa labatongifundzisa ngelanguage lengiyivako. So that was big, but it was a very hard year. It was a very hard year on all of us, because that time we were dabbling as player coach and much. I remember our first game was against the biggest giants in the league at that time. That was Leidenberg, Roy Carter, babuya ku final against the Nkomatiport. They showed us. They showed us. They showed us playing. But what I took out of that year, we won one game that year against Hazelview. They were also recently new in the league, but most of their boys, you must appreciate ukuthi bafana bethu bakhule ngesystem yokudlala estradini. Abazange badlale kwetikolo where there was an established coach who teaches you 1 2 3 4 5. The second thing is, outside of the coach who teaches you this, the being in that particular school puts you at an advantage in terms of sports. Our kids did not come from that system, but they still competed there. So if you're playing against a team lene bafana labakhule badlala rugby versus a team yebafana lokuqeda bafundzisa, it doesn't matter ukuthi labangikhani baqala ku register this year. Historically they've been playing.
I think it's a biggest point.
Yeah.
And I won't allow you to jump through it.
Yeah.
In terms of the competitive advantage
Sure.
that the old white clubs have.
Sure.
Or that we perceive with Baba now. Some of Lama Club are more than 120 years old.
Yeah.
Abaton Rugby Club has 120 something years to 120 years.
Yeah.
They exist as a club at that level.
They are well structured.
Right. They have been existing before apartheid. Apartheid, they added another 20 something years since they are only coming into the picture.
Sure.
So what that means, Mavuso Dongneza now, what that means is the structure of the club.
Sure.
In terms of the running of the portfolios, club
Sure,
manager,
sure.
head coach, assistant coach, and your treasurers and your systems, bookkeeping
And actual
systems.
people who put money in the club.
Yes, or everything. So sponsors, people who recognize the club, players themselves. Njobo highlighting zabaye yokuthi manje ma-player ethu thine lamanye aqale ukudlala irugby kanabo 20-25 khana aqala kubamba ibhola phasi. So now unema-habits esokha lo muntu phasi acinza agijima ebambini ngoba kusokha kumele ayibamba ngale khona manje ngala uyaphasa ubuye emuva yabo so umjwayede so ngifuna ungilanzise Mavuso ukuthi ngitiphi tinye tetinto letisenta sibe ne-disadvantage competitively mase kumele sidlale nayi ikaMhlushwa Black Cats idlala neBarberton or idlala ne-Oristat or idlala ne-Hazy View or idlala ne-White River and what not. Ngitiphi letinye tinto letiba
I think Ngalanga, the only thing that we need to understand, if you visit Ngamabomje, uye Malelane, Rugby Club, no uye Komati Port, immediately you figure like the field yabo, you get intimidated based on numbers of sponsors. There are signboards like Takchela was a glass field, Ikchele was Banalan Toyota, Ikchele Loganalo. And then you come to this field, there's nothing. That is number one. Number two, we've got different shots. The Masong is Langa Farm. Siyachibiyela ngelimi lasekhaya. Lokuthi nesihlanganisa ukuthi kumele kuphume something. When it comes to issue of transport, itawubona now ukuthi okay fine. Out of 15 boys that knows bahlangane so that we can have 6 of these guys that got the money. Lalabanye abanayo imali. So kufuna kubonakala ukuthi ukuze sikhona ukufitha lapha sambe sondala kufuna sendela. So it's a milestone, it's a big thing, it's a big challenge, but because of the passion, the love of the game, that's what keeps us going. And logo kuyakhula kancane kancane because now we start to recognize other people from our community. Never khombisa le support is no. Let's also come into the picture and fly our own local flag as young people. So I started to see that, and I think also the fact that we have mentioned the World Cup, that spark that flew almost the whole country or the whole world. Everybody started to realize and say, okay, if Mampimpi is coming from a background, let's hope, because now we've got short stories that are mentioned about that player. It starts to motivate any other young man from our local community. Because if that guy can make it, which means Nama can also do it. So I think it starts there, but definitely it's a big challenge.
They form structure and intimidation.
In
the game, was a 7 age group. Under another 18. Biota against the athletes. Stop telling KB.
Oh man, I think
maybe ukhetha uqhubeke ukuthi kuwe as a player leliqhamuka lidla liphalish nembhido ne-chicken uyocompete against umuntu labathulingana nawe or lomdzala kuwe but no like how has that been? Ngiyabona sesikhulile
no man, ngasho ngalokugcwele ukuthi game leya sayini sasisehla eTexini uphume eTexini nigonene lapha eTexini madola mhlungu. And when you get off the taxi, there's a coach bus, not just any bus. There's a coach bus. It's green. Get off there, they're wearing amasuit.
Yeah.
Not even
Masuit.
tracksuit,
Yeah.
amasuit.
Tie.
Yeah. They have matching headphones. We are born now. I last year.
Free camera, if people
Kuna makamera ngapha. So you can tell ukuthi I know namhla kushubile nami. So I think from that sathe siyabuka and bayehla lomuntu lo. Ask yourself, why man? Then you start asking each other, indoda phela la bathi sodlala ama-18 noma manje abantu I don't understand because noma makehla lapha the size of that person. Because ekhaya udla, you know, he has a diet. You know, lo esikolweni probably the dietitian. He knows what to eat, when to eat, you know, so he
as a rapid
as a
profile,
rapid profile and a rugby player. It's far different from me now. It's saying,
you don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice. I eat what's in front of me. And then I'm done.
Sure.
So I think that kind of puts you in a psychological disadvantage. Because after all, rugby is we can say it's played by the muscle and the body and whatnot, but the engine that runs through is the mind. Rugby demands a lot of focus and so on, psychological factors that matters the most for rugby. I understand. So, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So, I would say, I'm very proud. I'm very proud coming from those disadvantages because I believe sometimes talent can be beaten anytime if talent is not working hard. I understand. So seeing those guys, all fans and all that,
we dominated that second half.
Yeah, we dominated the second half because some Africa. So logo nje kodwa I think to advantage.
So nami ngathi ngiyangena lapha ema-toilet ngithi ngiyithuma engawubona lamajamu ungafunga ukuthi kumbi bekusesibhedlela kumbi kuphi ngathi into mangiphosa amehlo lapha phansi bavule eminyango kancane hayi angadi ukuthi ngayibekisa kanjani mara bekugcwele lamanye ama-injection ukuthi ma-steroid bona the way babakhulu ngakhona baphindze ba-ede more ngasho la mara serious azange sagive up until today ukuthi the sport maybe sport sebantu so labakhulu but saqhubeka until today solo sadlala and
look at us ngemajezi la different. There's one more missing from this. Before lelo kunalelinye kukhombisa ukuthi khashane lasisuka khona let's suka khona. We are hoping vele